Democratic vice presidential nominee Senator Kamala Harris on Thursday said President Trump's long-known incompetence became deadly at the outset of the pandemic and that a scared President Trump froze at the most consequential time. In her first major solo speech after accepting her party's nomination last week, Ms. Harris said the president isn't changing at this point but that the country can choose a new path with her and Democratic presidential nominee Joseph Biden. Ms. Harris said of President Trump, "It's his obligation to protect us, and yet he has failed miserably." Donald Trump's incompetence is nothing new, that has always been on full display. But in January of this year, it became deadly. Ms. Harris delivered the pointed jabs from an auditorium at George Washington University in Washington, just hours before Mr. Trump was to deliver his nomination acceptance speech to the Republican National Convention from the White House a mile away. Ms. Harris said Mr. President was too busy fixating on the stock market and flattering Chinese President Xi Jinping despite his tough talk on China to get a handle on the COVID-19 crisis. Ms. Harris, a senator from California, said, "Donald Trump stood idly by. And folks, it was a deadly decision. Instead of rising to meet the most difficult moment of his presidency, Donald Trump froze. He was scared and he was petty and vindictive." Ms. Harris said different leadership would have made a difference. She said, "All we needed was a competent president." She said the Republican convention this week has been designed solely to soothe Donald Trump's ego and make him feel good. Kamala Harris said, "Donald Trump doesn't understand the presidency. He thinks it's all about him. Well, it's not. It's about you. It's about all of us, the people." Ms. Harris, the first woman of color to be on a major party presidential ticket, also condemned the recent police shooting of Jacob Blake, a black man, in Wisconsin, which has sparked deadly protests and violence. Mr. Biden had said earlier in the day that he would be willing to go to Wisconsin if it were safe to do so. He and Ms. Harris have spoken with Mr. Blake's family. Steve Cortez, a senior advisor to Mr. Trump's campaign, questioned why it was Ms. Harris, and not Mr. Biden, who was venturing to the nation's capital to but the president. He said, "Number 1, why isn't Joe Biden giving this speech today? Number 2, if it's safe for Kamala Harris to travel, why isn't Joe Biden traveling? Where's Joe?" Later on Thursday, Mr. Biden said at a virtual fundraiser that he would be venturing out on the campaign trail in swing states after Labor Day, consistent with the state rules about how many people can be assembled.